How's it going, guys? Peshkats here, and we are back with Game 2 of Friday Night Weiss, the 2 weeks late edition. Hopefully this time with a more serious game. We have Joseph on the left playing a red to lover deck, going up against Kevin on the right using English Fate, and his opponent is using a Fate mat, so it seems legit. So starting with Kevin here, where he's going to play the Resonance Heroic Saber. 2500 attack, and her ability, she can get a 1500 boost on attack, but since his opponent's board was empty, did not really matter. Joseph is going to play the level 0 oversized Nana. She's a 4k. When she comes into play, he has to reveal the top card of his deck, and if that card is a level 0, then she sends herself to stock. And it was a level 0 Brainstorm Nana, so he does lose his attack for the turn. And as a result, Kevin is going to be able to create a nice little stock lead here at the beginning of the game, as well as keeping his level 0 Saber on the board. Looks like Joseph's got quite a few Climaxes in his hand. He's got one in his waiting room, one in his clock. So he's going to play a Suicider Rin and just start swinging. Swings for 3, that's going to cancel. And the Rin's going to swing for 3 as well, and he's going to cancel again. So he's at least 4 out right now. Maybe I was mistaken about him having Climaxes in his hand. I thought I saw at least one. But yeah, he's at least 4 out right now. Gonna draw 2 cards. Okay, so now he's got a Climax in his hand. 2 Climaxes in his hand. So I wasn't just saying things. So Joseph is already 6 Climaxes out on turn 2 of the game, and he hasn't dealt any damage yet. Kevin has only taken 2 from clocking. So Joseph's going to play his Nana Brainstorm and direct for 2, but it's going to cancel. I think it would have been a better move to take out the Suicider, because even though he's losing the Nana Brainstormer, it prevents Kevin from building even more stock by keeping his character on the stage. And his Saber will be able to kill the Nana Brainstorm on this turn anyway. The Saber's ability is when she attacks, as long as you have another Master character, I believe. I might be incorrect, but he should be able to get a 1500 boost on attack right here. Shiro's going to come in. When it comes into play, you mill the top card of your deck, and if that card is a Climax, he sends himself to stock, but if it's not a Climax, then he gets a 1500 buff until the end of the turn. So Kevin just filling up his board, building up some stock. He's going to have 6 stock at the end of the turn, which is great, and he hasn't even gone into level 1 yet. And he hasn't taken a single damage from attacks. Yeah, so Joseph's going to go to 1-1 off of that attack. Pretty sure this deck only has red, so color's not going to be a problem. Man, Kevin just keeps triggering soul triggers. He's triggered like a Shiro and like a couple Sabers, and he just keeps triggering soul damage. So currently, Joseph at a pretty big disadvantage. He's out so many Climaxes. Kevin's at a huge stock lead. He's ahead an entire level in damage. I feel like Kevin's just waiting for level 1 to hit, and his hand's like all ready. So Joseph's like what, 5 or 6 or 7 Climaxes out right now. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. There's 4. He's got the 5th one in clock, and he's got the 6th one in his hand. So what will he do? Now that he has hit level 1, he can start playing his level 1 characters and assert the board a bit more. Looks like it's going to be a level 1 Suicider, though. And so the Momo is a level 1 Suicider with 2500 power. When she comes into play, he can discard 1 card and pay 1 stock to summon any level 1 or lower alien or plant character, I believe, from the waiting room. And so he can even choose a cost 1 character like the 1-1 Nana, which he just played. And the level 1 Nana is a pretty nice beat stick for the Televu deck. She's a 1-1-5-5, but if you have 3 or more other characters, she becomes a 7k level 2, and she also has Hand Encore. Going to finish up his board with a level 1 Momo and a Global 500 Nana. And he can defeat everything currently on Kevin's board. Now, will he play the Climax? He's going to use the Resonance ability, give everything a 2k buff. Will he play the Climax, though? I think he needs to catch up in damage a little bit. I don't see what the huge deal is. Everything's going to beat everything. Alright, so he's triggering some Soul. Pretty good. Going to bring Kevin to 0-5. Trigger Soul again. That's exactly what he needed. He needs Soul triggers to catch up in damage if he's not going to play that Climax. So Kevin is going to level yellow for his level 1. And cancels the 1. So let's see what play Kevin's going to make for his level 1 game. I don't know if he's running red cards outside of his level 0 game. Oh, really good clock and draw right there. Gets the level 1 Shiro, and he has the Climax in play. Gonna put the Clock Encore Saber. At the start of your Climax phase, you can do a Resonance with the Heroic Saber, and it allows her to get +1 soul. So a level 1, 2 soul beater, 2 level 1, 2 soul beaters. These are gonna be very helpful in punishing Joseph's early Climax draws and early Climax cancels. So the Shiro is going to swing with the Climax combo. I think he should have attacked with the Sabers first. It could possibly, if either of them triggered a Climax, then he could pay it out. But the Shiro, his Climax combo is on attack. You pay 1 stock. He gets plus 3k power. And if he reverses the... Wait, is it 3k? 2k? I think he gets 3k. He gets plus power, and if he reverses the opponent's character during that turn, he gets to search his deck for a card. So he's going to search for the 1-0 Saber with a Resonance to gain power. Saber is going to swing for 4 damage. Joseph's going to cancel, so he's got 1 Climax left in his deck. And this is going to be for 3. Level 1 Suicider is going to reverse the Saber. And Joseph is now out of Climaxes, so unless he can find a way to get through his deck quickly, those 1-1 Sabers are going to just do a number on him. He chooses to hand Encore the Nana, and I think Kevin should Clock Encore his Saber here. Okay, good. I think that plays good. The level 1 Sabers, he's definitely going to want to keep on the board to push for more damage. Especially if Joseph plays the Climax in his hand right here, then Kevin will be able to know that he's out all 8 of his Climaxes, and then just really punish him. And he's got another Climax in his hand. I think that's even another Shiro Climax. So right now, everything on Kevin's field is base power. His Shiro in the center is 5k, and the Sabers, the Clock Encore Sabers, are both 6ks. Joseph's going to do a Brainstorm. He has no Climaxes left, so he can't salvage. Pays 1 stock for another copy of the Nana, and that's not your waiting room. Yeah, okay. And it looks like he's down to 4 cards in his deck. So perfect time to play that Climax, get it back in with the refresh. Plays a 1-0 Nana. That one has a Resonance combo with the level 3. When you reverse the opponent, you can pay 1 stock and reveal the level 3 Lala in your hand to salvage a character. So he may want to do that to grab something out of his waiting room, which is full of cards to choose from. I do not approve of that play. I don't think he needed to buff the power. And he also is not playing his Climax. Alright, so he's going to use the Resonance ability. to salvage a character. I think he could have just kept the Brainstorm on the board. The level 1 Nana is a 4/5 base, if I'm not mistaken. And if he had not played the second Global 500, then she would have been at 5k, which is equal to the Shiro. And she would have still reversed him. They both would have been reversed. But he would have been able to still get the ability off, because he did reverse the opposing character. And he's just going to get the Brainstorm right back. Alright, I guess that's okay. Going to hit for 2, and hits for 1. Kevin currently out 1, 2, 3, 4 climaxes. And going to clock encore one saber. Is he going to clock encore the second one? So Joseph was able to catch up in damage quite a bit. Kevin's at 1/6 right now. So if he clock encores the second one, that's going to put him at level 2 as well. And I guess we'll find out in a sec if that clock encore is going to go off or not. Don't mind the typing, guys. Sorry about that. But looks like he's not going to clock encore it, and instead just going to keep one copy on the board. So he's going to draw, he's going to clock, bring himself to level 2. Draws another climax. If he has a way to discard that out of his hand, then that'd be pretty good, because I think he's getting pretty low on deck. Okay, so he's going to play the In an Alliance promo, and I actually have to find out what that does, because I do not remember what that card does. I think it gives like global 1k on your turn and something else. What Shiro is that? I don't think I've ever seen anybody play that one. Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up. What is that card? Wait, what is that climax? Oh, wait, okay, I see. Okay, so that's a level 2 climax combo that lets you bring out the level 3 saber. I think. Wait, what Shiro did he play? I'm trying to find. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is so the Shiro was a 2/1/8k. When you play the climax, you can pay 1 stock and return the level 2 to your hand to play the level 3 from your hand. And the level 3, looks like it's just a beat stick. Yeah, it's just a beat stick. It doesn't heal. But being able to bring it out early will probably be... Holy moly, that's a lot of damage. Probably be pretty good. The climax itself, I believe, is a 2k one. I'm going to double check real quick. No, the climax is a wind, so... Okay, so all of his characters getting the 1k1 buff. And Joseph ends his turn, or starts his turn at 3/2. Okay, so let's see what that PR does. All right, so this is the Alliance promo. During your turn, characters in front of this get 1,000 power, and when he plays it, he can pay 2 stock to search his deck for a master or a servant. Okay. All right, currently Kevin's field's looking like he's got a 6k up top. His saber in the middle is 10k, but she has an ability where when she's being front attacked, you can pay 1 stock and reveal Heroic Saber in your hand. No. Oh, no. She resonates with the 2-1 with the 2-1 Shiro that brings her into play early. And then okay, that's interesting. Okay, and then she gets a 2500 buff if you do that. So Joseph plays the 3-2 Lala. When she comes into play, she heals 1 damage, and you also reveal the top card of your deck. And if it's an alien or science character, there are so many traits in Telebru. I can't remember every single one. But if it was a character, she would get a 2k buff. But it is a Climax. Gonna play what looks like a 3-2 Nana. And he's starting to run low on cards. The other Saber that Kevin has in play is a level 1. That's the one with Resonance, where if you reveal the Heroic Saber, you get a 2k buff. And he is going to use the Resonance effect, allowing his Saber to be bigger than the Lala. And he's going to immediately cancel that attack, which would have been for 4. Or for 5, actually. He's going to attack for 3. Attacking for what I think was 3 damage. Right? So that's going to put Kevin into his refresh. And I think he has 1 Climax in his hand at the most. And I don't believe he triggered any. So that's going to have 7 going back into his deck. So 2 more damage still left to go. Ends up taking all of it, and then refresh damages a Climax. And 3-2 Nana, he can use the burn ability right now, because he reversed. But I guess not. Clocks the 1-1 counter. Draws into a 1-1 Saber. He can use that to punch for damage again. Moves over the 3-2 Saber. So the 3-2 Saber, apart from being able to give herself power when she's being attacked, if you do Resonance, she also has the ability to give 4k to any character when she attacks. So he's going to have no problem running over that 3-2 Nana right now, as she's going to hit 15k. So Kevin probably going to use his Resonance ability right now. Count the Climax real quick. Looks like 2 out. And a 3rd one in his stock. Looks like he decides not to use the Resonance. Justice is going to cancel the 2. And he's going to swing for 3 with the level 3 Saber. That's going to go through, putting Joseph at... Okay, so this is exact game, but it's going to cancel. The Resonance boosts it up to 2 soul. The direct attack makes it 3 soul. That would have been game over if that went through. Currently in Joseph's hand, looks like he's got a level 1 Momo Suicider and a Brainstorm Nana. I don't think clocking is the right move right here, but he does it. He would have to draw level 3 Lala to heal that off, but now he's just putting himself closer to death. He's going to have to get really lucky on the next turn in terms of canceling the damage. Because Kevin can attack for 3 times, and then that'll just be it. It's very easy to... Okay, so he's going to play the level 1 Momo Suicider. It's very easy for Kevin to take the game on the following turn. He's a full level ahead in damage, 3-5 compared to 2-5. Going to bring out a level 1 Nana. Not going to do too much. I think it was just a waste of stock, to be honest. Gonna attack for 1. And that Nana is gonna get over the Saber since it's at 8k. It's gonna crash with the Momo for 2. Or did he side? Did he side attack? Oh, he did. He side attacked for nothing. And he's gonna front for 2 here with the Suicider. So he is gonna put Kevin at level 3. But what's going to happen from here? Looks like he's going to 3-stock, maybe? There's no reason for him to clock Encore. He has plenty of stock. If he wanted to, he could just 3-stock Encore. But instead, he's just going to let it die. Uses the Brainstorm Shiro. If he mills a Climax, he gets to salvage a weapon trait character. Whoa, what is happening to the lights? Grabs a level 0 Saber. Plays it. Looks like he's going to pay 1, clock himself, and rest the Saber to search his deck for the Musashi Saber. Good play. Very potent game ender. So that's going to help with him finishing out the game. Can play, drop it down, and then probably just play any 1 soul character to that open slot so that he can attack for 2. There we go. So now he's got 3 in all of his lanes, and his middle Musashi Saber has a second chance to end the game as well. Although he's going to cancel on the first card, that means he's going to mill. Mills a Climax, so that's going to deal 1 damage. He should actually side attack here. Cancels. And finally gonna direct for 2. And then we already saw those cards because he flipped them over. And that's going to be game for Kevin. Kevin is going to take this game between himself and Joseph.